So let's go ahead and remove this silver panel thing here off. So what we're going to do, we're going to lift up from both sides first, and then as we're going to take this off, we have to press down on these two notches here. So yeah, let's lift here up. As you can see, it lifted up from that side. Now we got to press down here. And there you go. This is off. So we're going to remove these two screws from here. You're going to have to use a T20 for this one. So let's see. So next, what we're gonna do, we're going to lift up this panel here, where this little knob is at. When you're lifting this up, you have to lift it up a certain way. And also, there's about 4 connectors that are underneath this panel that you do have to disconnect. So then first, let us pop this open. There you go. You kind of lift it up, and there you go. It comes back out. So as you can see, there's connectors down there that we have to remove. Let's first start with this one down here. So let's disconnect this right here first. That's what we'll see how you have more play. Then this one right here for this goes to some lights. I think it's for like, let's see, let's remove it. Remove that. And then you have another one back here that you do have to remove. There you go. And that's all of them for right now. On the other one. Yeah. Now we have the control panel freed out. So next, we're going to remove this radio unit. So then, in order for us to take that out, we have to remove these 2 screws that are on top, on the sides. So T20 screwdriver again. So grab your pillow. Pull it forward. And this is what you're working with. So next, we're going to remove 2 connectors, starting with this display LVDS cable. As you can see, it's blue and it has some pink on it, or purple. And then after that, we're going to remove this black connector with all these wires that are coming through the back. So then let us start with the blue one first. Spin it around. Here we can see the little clip that's on it. Just take it off. As you can see, I removed it. And then on this connector here, just FYI, there's a clip on the bottom of it. So you do have to pinch it a little bit and pull it back out like that. And that's it. So next, we're going to grab the UNAVI CarPlay Android Auto cable. There's going to be 3 sides to it. Always be aware that this Y section of the cable, where there's 2 wires or 2 cables coming out of this connector, always goes connected to the back of the UNAVI module box. Do not connect it to any of these things here, connect it to the box that is shipped out to you. So what does that mean? It means that you're left with these two cables. You're only left with two. There's no Y coming out of it. It's just one single cable coming out of one connector. So as you can see, it doesn't fit. That means this one goes here. Afterwards, you want to connect this one to the back of this box. That's it. So then, when it comes to this connector, depending on what you have, some of these connectors do come with the fiber optic cable right here. If your car doesn't have it, then don't worry about it. You can just skip this step. But if you do have the fiber optic cable connected into this slot right here, then you have to pull it out. Again, here's the clip. You do what you have to do to pull it out. Of course, don't break it. And insert it into the CarPlay Android Auto UNAVI connector. Right there. So yeah, that's it for that. So since I don't have the fiber optic cable, I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to connect this to this and that to this. So make sure whenever you're closing this, make sure you don't break anything, because then you're going to have a real problem. So next we want to grab this connector here. Remember, there's a tab that you have to press or pinch on to open it. So let me see here. There you go. So next we're going to grab this antenna, the Wi-Fi antenna, and make sure whenever you put this on a spot that it's not obstructed by any kind of metal. In other words, don't put it on anything metal, put it on something plastic. So I'm gonna put it, in my case, I'm just gonna put it right here, and I'm just gonna leave it route it underneath and into the into there where the module is gonna go. So next, what we're going to do, we're going to lift up these two screws here, take them off, so that way we can lift this up and we can route the USB and aux cable through it, one on each side. So yeah, let's get started. We're going to go ahead and show you guys how we can put the USB, how the USB cord is supposed to go into this car. So what you do, you lift up this tray and you go through here. Just leave enough length for it, not too much, to whatever you like the most, and then you go down here. You route it down here, keep routing it, you route it behind it, and it should be right there. And that's for that. So next, grab your USB aux little box. It has a USB on the end, and also grab your aux cable here. So connect the two, lift this up, bring this little cable right there, Make sure this stays over here. And do the same with what you did with the other cable. Route it. Route it underneath this rib looking thing. Continue to route it underneath. And route it behind this plastic piece. And it should be sticking out right there. And this is how it looks like from the inside. Make sure you can connect to either one. Preferably I choose 2, but if it makes it easier for you, then you can put in number 1. So here we can see that we're going to adjust the dip switch settings next. Here we can see the switches up here. Up means on, down means off. So the diagram is going to tell you exactly how to set these up when it comes to the dip switch settings. If you have a GLC, here we can see it's 2015, it's going to tell you exactly what you need to turn off and what you need to turn on. 1, 2, 3 is off. 7 has a slash on it. 6, when you look at it, and 8, they have a slash. That means leave it alone. In other words, they're going to be off. So again, GLC, this is what we have. We have to leave 1, 2, 3 off. Now, when we come to the screen size, there's also a diagram according to what screen you have. So 4, 5, again 6 leave alone. So this depends only, your screen size depends on the switches on number 4 and number 5. So since the screen that we have in this case, which is the 7.4, 8.4 inch, it's telling us to adjust the switches for to leave 5 on and to leave 4 off. So what we had to do next is adjust number 5 and turn it on. And according to that, that's what we're going to go with. So yes, that's it. 8 switches. We're only going to leave 1 on, and that is number 5. So since we have number 5 on, let's just say that this is not the correct switch adjustment that you did. Then what you have to do next, you have to disconnect the main power cable. You take it off, and then you make the adjustment. Connect the power back on, and you should be fine. So next we're going to grab the AUX cable here, and we're going to grab the main power cable. As you can see, there's an AUX port here on this cable. You connect the 2, and for these, just leave these alone unless you're going to do a reverse camera on this piece. But if you're not, you don't have anything to worry about. Now that you have this, you want to make sure that it's secured so it doesn't come off. What you're going to do is just tape it together so it can stay secure and will not come apart. And then afterwards, you can put a foam tape around it so that way it doesn't pick up any background sound. Next, we're going to connect the connectors to the CarPlay Android Auto box. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So we can go ahead and grab the power cable, install it there. Go ahead and grab the LVDS cable and connect it back there. Wait, upside down. Next thing you want to grab is grab the CAN cable and insert it in there. Do a nice little pull test, make sure everything's connected right. Grab your antenna, Wi-Fi cable, and then the last piece, which is going to be the one that's the furthest one, which is the USB one. You want to connect it as well. And that's it. So next, let us find a place where we can place the module. I'm going to place it in here. You can adjust it to however you like. In this case, we're going to adjust it like that. And then stuff everything back there nice and neatly. And we can put the radio unit back inside. And that's it.
Alright, CarPlay is installed. Let's go ahead and test. Make sure you pair your phone first to the original Bluetooth. Reason for that is because we want to make sure all phone calls go through the original Bluetooth. So I already paired my phone. That step is done. I'm going to be testing today with the iPhone today, so we're testing Apple CarPlay. I would recommend initially to connect with a USB cable. This system is both wired and wireless, but just to set up a connection, let's do it with a cable first. This is an aftermarket cable. It's not the original Apple Lightning cable. We always recommend for you to use the original Apple Lightning cable because aftermarket cables like these can have connection issues. But this cable does work fine, so I'm going to test with this one for today. We need to locate our CarPlay USB. We have two USBs here. We have this one right here. It's a female end. This is what we will connect our phones to for wired CarPlay. And then this other USB right here. Let me just clear this stuff out real quick. This got disconnected, but this other USB, this is the 3.5 millimeter aux that we connected to the module. It goes to a USB to aux conversion. And then we connected the USB to either USB 1 or USB 2. It doesn't matter which one. We'll just need to switch over to media interface 1 if we do choose the USB port number 1 here. So again, this is for aux. Leave that alone. We'll connect to the CarPlay USB right here. So I'm going to go ahead and connect my phone cable to this. And then connect the other end to my phone. And as soon as you connect your phone, you'll notice it starts charging. The screen will switch over on its own. And then you can unlock it. It's going to ask you a couple questions. First question is a privacy question. It's up to you how you want to answer that. I'm just going to press allow. Second question is important. Here is where we'll be able to determine whether we want to use wireless CarPlay or wired CarPlay. As a manufacturer, we always recommend wired. It's a more stable connection. But we can also do wireless. I'll be testing with wireless today. If you do choose the wireless, make sure you leave your phone connected for, I would say, 3 to 4 minutes. That's the time it takes for it to set up. After that, go ahead and disconnect it, and then wireless CarPlay will show up for you on its own. I'll make another point here too for the customers. If the customer wants to do wireless, I would recommend that the primary driver be wireless. All other drivers or passengers, let them connect wired. That way the phones aren't competing for a wireless connection. Let's go ahead and test out the CarPlay now. We can control the CarPlay with the knob right here. To make a selection, just simply push down on the knob. And then you can go back to the main menu, the split screen menu, main menu, and scroll around. To switch back and forth between the CarPlay side and the Mercedes side, press and hold this back arrow button right here. Switch. Press again. Press and hold. Switch. So this acts as a toggle button. Press and hold will allow you to go back and forth between the CarPlay and the Mercedes side. You can also do it through here on the steering wheel if you wanted to. Press and hold. Switch. Press and hold. Switch. So 2 ways to do it. Up to you. You can hear my music playing through the car speakers. And that's because I connected to media interface 1. So let me go ahead and switch over just to show you. I'll go up to media. Press on media. Media interface 1. You can go to other ones if you wanted to, but to listen to the CarPlay through the car speakers, since I connected to CarPlay to the USB port number 1, we have to select media interface 1. So let's switch back. You can control the music by obviously pressing on the arrows right here, or the knob, you can shift it to the right or shift it to the left. To the right goes to the next track. To the left goes to the previous track. So 2 ways to control the music like that. Volume through here, and volume through here. So 2 ways to control the volume. Let's check out the reverse camera. Put it in reverse on the CarPlay side. Reverse camera will show up automatically. Put it into park. It goes back to CarPlay on its own automatically as well. To use Siri, you can just push down on the knob. Hey Siri, take me to the nearest gas station. So pushing down on the knob will activate Siri. Yes.
Getting directions to Valero.
I think I exited out of it. So you can activate Siri through the screen as well, but again, it's up to you how you want to control it. Where's my selector?
Starting route to Arco.
So that's how you use that. I'm gonna end the route. We also use Siri to make phone calls. Again, remember my phone was already connected to the original Bluetooth. So I'm gonna make a quick test call. Press and hold the knob to activate Siri. Hey Siri, call 714-258-0400. Reason why I want to use Siri is because Siri will automatically route that call through the original Bluetooth. So it makes it easier for you to do it that way. So you can quickly check on your phone. You press on audio and you can already see it's going through the original Bluetooth. So to make an outbound call, just make sure you're using Siri. Hey, I was just making a quick test call. Thank you for your time.
You want me to call you back or no?
No, it's okay. It's not necessary.
Okay.
All right, thank you. Bye. So I can end the call there. And then to receive an inbound call, you can just simply press on the answer key right here. When you do it through here, that automatically routes the call through the original Bluetooth, so you don't have to worry about anything. So let's test out the wireless connection. I'm gonna disconnect. And then wait for it to connect. Again, it connects over Bluetooth, and then that connection is maintained over Wi-Fi. So make sure you have both Bluetooth and Wi-Fi on your phone. And then you'll have a wireless connection after that. So we're pretty much done here in terms of testing. To reset everything, let's go ahead and disconnect our CarPlay. So it's two procedures you have to take. Number one, you have to go back to the main menu here. So you can see this is the back end of our system. iOS is for Apple, Android is for Android Auto. Let's scroll over to settings, scroll down to information, and press on reset. So that will delete all wireless connections to the CarPlay system. Let's go down to our phones and let's go to General, CarPlay, and then press on Forget This Car. So now you're ready to set up a new connection for this phone to the CarPlay system. And again, I would recommend doing it with the USB initially. That's it. Go ahead and delete your phone from the original Bluetooth, and then you're ready to deliver this car back to the customer.